things changed pretty quickly at that time. Um, Apple really changed the game with the iPhone in 2007 in the US and ushered in the era of the iPhone, which has been going along with some other devices ever since. And but when the device first arrived, it's hard to imagine it now, but it didn't really have apps so much. There was more phones and browsing and whatnot. And then when the App Store arrived a year later, that was really groundbreaking. And for companies like the Weather Channel and other content providers that had already been investing in mobile, it was a natural next step. I think we all realized it was a game changer, but how profoundly different the landscape would look 3 years from now, I think few people really appreciated at the time. But we knew it was a big deal. And we also had some resources because we had had several successes with earlier generations of apps, with mobile video, with text messaging, with browsing. And when this came, we said, oh, this is really important. And at the same time, we had a limited team. We had a willingness to invest, but a limited team, limited capabilities, a brand new App Store environment that really nobody out there understood very well. And we had to figure it out on our own and together with others. And so what ended up happening is we said, hey, wait a minute. So the Apple App Store is coming along. That is a massive development effort in a short period of time because we wanted to launch in just a few months. But also, Android was growing at the same time. It had been bought by Google, if memory serves correctly. And so, that was coming along, and we wanted to be active there for people who chose that operating system. Our goal was to be where the people are and make sure that we serve them well. And so we said, wait a minute, we have some resources, but we don't have enough resources to build really one of these apps, but especially two of them. And,
All right, so you've got this race to ship a product. You don't know how big the market's going to be, but you know you're going to lose market share if you don't ship these apps. You don't have the resources to build one of them in the deadline that's been set for when you want to be in the store, let alone two. So what's happening? Like, I mean, what's going through your mind when you have this deadline imposed and you're going, man, how are we going to accomplish this? Like, what are you
So,
thinking?
yeah. So one of the thoughts was, thank goodness I'm working with a lot of people who are much smarter than I am. Really, we had assembled a great team. We had people who were technologists, people who were product leaders, people who were meteorologists, people on the biz dev side, marketers, et cetera. So we essentially convened our team and we said, what are we going to do about this? And we pulled together different options, including classic build or buy decisions. In some companies and in some times you want to like assemble the team, do the multi-month process, assess your options, get a strategic review and whatever. We didn't do that in that time frame. We did a similar process that was much abbreviated. And we
Mm.
came up with different options and we said, hey, I know it looks impossible. In fact, there were some people who were telling us there is no way you're going to pull this off, but we thought we could. We didn't know exactly how every step of the way, but we thought we could do it. But one of the things that we were sure about, we had a hard boundary. We didn't have the resources internally to develop both an iPhone app and an Android app and to do all the things that are related to that, from app development to back end to content integration and whatnot. So we ended up essentially forming two teams with pretty strict separation between those two teams. So one of the keys to our success in this eventually, but look, this got hairy in the middle of it. And we were having debates. It's like, can we do that? Can we do this? This person's the best developer at that thing, but can we use them over there? We have strict separation, but then as soon as you say that, there's well, this person knows that thing, so pull them over this way. And we have to say, nope, we are going to have strict segmentation of talent for certain projects. We're going to keep focused. We're going to have expertise. And then we had a support team. Again, it came down in a lot of ways to talent. And we got the support of our really amazing technology team to figure out things that had never been done in our environment, especially when you're, producing forecasts for, tens of thousands of locations, both in the US and worldwide. And then we worked with our partners. We worked with the Android team. We worked closely with the Apple team. We had designated leaders for each project and portions of each project. And we had checkpoints along the way. And, we'd have setbacks and we'd think we had the answer to a certain problem, and then we'd test it and it didn't work. And then we had to go back and try it again and it didn't work again. But third or fourth time or whatever it might have been, we finally figured it out. And issue after issue after issue, we addressed until we had working prototypes. It was really exciting in the middle of 2008 to start to see these prototypes coming together, but we still had a long way to go after that to bring it to market.